Hello, I'm Afif bin Farek, and today I will present my group project for the subject TMF1254 Communication and Computer Network. The objectives of this project is to design and install a complete and functional network for the Sharikat AABBCC Sdn Bhd for the new building. How do we do that? First step is we make a small server where it can be used to store, power, and operate computer servers throughout the building. The purpose of this is that it will be easier for the computer servers to store, retrieve, and send computer files and data on the same network throughout the building using the same network. After we done the server room, we do the installing the network equipment. What we want to achieve is we want to make sure the internet and network flows smoothly and function well across all the levels in the building. We want to ensure all the computer in the building can share information, file, and data directly to other computer in another level without the person actually going to the other level. So I will explain the suitable network equipment for this project. So we're using internet cable because it is needed to attach all device, server, and network equipment to the network jacks. Network jacks is like a opening port, it's like a plug that internet cable can be plugged in. The purpose is that to connect wire network hardware to local area network and wide area network. Switch and router is very important. Router connects to the switch using the internet cable. Switch allow different devices and servers on the network to reach each other. Router provide the route traffic to the server's internet line in other location inside and outside of the network. Next is the internet modem. Internet modem connect to the router using the internet cable again. The modem connect the building to the internet service provider ISP, and the connection between the building and the internet are known as wide area network. And I will explain next is patch panel. Patch panel is a static switchboard which serve as a interconnect network computers using cable within the local area network and to outside line, which is internet and wide area network. Each port connects using internet cable to another port located inside the building. Bundle multiple network ports together to connect incoming and outgoing line for local area network. When patch panel is in part of local area network, it can connect computer to computer outside of the line. So this allows local area network to connect to wide area network. The advantage is that it allows manual monitoring, testing, switching, and routine maintenance to be done quickly. Last is hardware firewall. Create a secure barrier between your network and the internet. It excels perimeter security within the building to make sure malicious threat from outside network is intercepted. That's it for my presentation. I will pass to the next member.
The most appropriate topology for each level. Level G, star topology. For level G, we identified that star topology is the most appropriate topology. Star topology is a type of network in which a node is connected to a central connection point, such as a hub or switch. The central node has the responsibility of managing data transmission across the network and acting as the repeater. The reason why we choose the topology for level G is because it is highly reliable in terms of data transmission. If any of cable are broken, the network is not affected and it's easy to adding a new device to the network without interrupting other nodes in the network. In terms of physical network structure, that star topologies require fewer cables than other topology type. This makes them simple to set up and manage over the long term. Other benefit of this topology is it also provides a low cost and it is high performing as non-data collision can occur. Level 1, tree topology. For level 1, we identified that tree topology is the most appropriate topology. Tree topology is a combination of path topology and star topology. In this type of network topology, a strong backbone cable connects individual network segments. Each network segment contains several nodes. Nodes in network segment are connected to the switch or hub. The reason why we choose this topology are because it is high flexible and scalable. It can add a new device to the network without interrupt other network, and if there are less space, it can add it in the star network and to add more space. This topology also reliable. If one of the topology hierarchy in this top three topology is not working, it will not be affecting the other network. If there are problems in network, it is easy discovery and troubleshooting.
My name is Ezekiel. I'll be presenting on our layout. So to start with, our common network layout consists of a router, a hardware firewall, our network switches, a server, and the end devices. In this case, we only use PC, but in real world case, we might have a printer or something else. So the connection between each switches are based on the spanning tree protocol. This is for redundancy. So in the case where a link fails, then it automatically chooses another link. So this reduces the downtime for the network. Also, we have hardware firewall and also VLAN assignments for which is configured in the switches. So this is to bolster the security measure. So in the case where a hacking occurs, then in the event where the firewall fails, the hacker might not be able to hack through the other VLANs. So we are reducing the damage done. So for the physical connection between each end device to a network device, we are using Cat6 straight through cable. So this is for network cost reducing. So by choosing a current standard but not as expensive as a Cat6 cable, we are able to reduce the cost. But for the connection between network devices, we are using a Cat6A cable. So in this case, from the router to the firewall, we are using a crossover cable because the router uses a different connection protocol. So it has to use the crossover cable. But in some cases, it might do with straight through cable. So for the other network devices, the other switches to the router, to the firewall, we are using a common straight through cable. So next, this is how we mount our network devices. So by rack mounting the network devices, we can keep it physically organized, protect it from physical damage, so it's not laying around just open, where it is susceptible to damages by random people. And also we can keep the server secure by locking it physically in an enclosure, because there's a possibility of closing the rack completely. But in most cases, these racks are kept in a room, and that room is secured by physical locks. So by also using this rack, we are able to save space because everything is mounted in one rack. So this is how a server room looks like. So in a server room, we are able to use structured cabling, where everything is structured, everything is labeled, everything is organized with ties, as you can see here in this picture. So by having everything in a server room, we can ease the management of each network switches. So if there's a failure of network in any devices, we can just enter the room and trace back where the failure occurs. So by also using this room concept, we can enhance the security. As I've said earlier, we can lock the room physically where we allow only authorized personnel such as the network engineers or the technicians. So by also placing all this in a room, we can control the climate, temperatures, the humidity, because these devices emit a lot of heat. So we must be able to reduce the heat in the room. So everything lasts longer, everything is more reliable. And also there must be a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply, which powers these devices. So in the event of a power outage, the loss of data is not able to occur. So in other words, if there's a power outage, then we are not losing anything apart from being panicked because we lost power. But everything should be running as smoothly as possible. So if it's a longer power outage, we may be able to save a lot more data compared to not having a UPS. So that's all for the layouts.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to madam and my fellow friends. My name is Muhammad Hazim bin Osman. I'm about to present the security measure in data center or server room. What is data center or server room? Data center or server room is physical facility used for organization to store data or information of organization. We can find it at company, university, school, police department, and this place. This picture shows that the example of data center or server room that we can see with our own eyes. There is 4 types of data center. One is cloud data, second is collaboration data, third is enterprise data, and lastly is managed service data. I'm listing the solution for server room, for securing the server room. One of it is security cabinet racks. It's to prevent valuable IT equipment to be stolen or harmed. But it means that in the room is full of valuable IT equipment. So with this security cabinet racks, it prevent to be harmed. For example, like natural disaster, the ceiling is fall down, and the security cabinet can prevent the IT equipment will be broken. Second is motion sensor. Motion sensor is able to sense the movement happen in the entire place of data center. Third is lock the door to increase the level difficulty to access the room. Lock the door is in physical form is similar to the grill door, but this door include the fingerprint accessibility and retina accessibility. The fourth is security camera to record the visual all activity that happen in the room, including the sound of the environment. And lastly is map vulnerability, able to determine the place of the camera and sensor in the room itself. What it means that with this map we can put security in very strategic place that can see every part of the place. Beside security camera, we know where we put the motion sensor and also the lock door or the grill. So with this map, it increases the level of security and putting more multiple phases of procedure to enter the room, and it shows that how important this room are. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening.
I am Syazzatul Shasha. We present about budget for the equipment for our project. First, we use Ethernet cable and only one box. Its price about 400 ringgit and the total 400 ringgit. For the network jack, we use one box too, and it was 100,060 ringgit. So on the total is 160 ringgit. Then we use switch, and we need it for 3 unit switch. One unit price was Rm 150 ringgit. Then the total for 3 units is 450 ringgit. Next, we use internet modem, which we need 2 units, and it costs 50 ringgit for 1 unit, then equal to 100 ringgit. We use patch panel, only 1 unit, and it costs only 200 ringgit, 200,260 ringgit. And lastly, we use hardware firewall for 2 units, which it costs 200 ringgit for 1 unit, equal to 400 ringgit. So the total for our project is 1,770 ringgit.